Hey everyone, Ammo here for more Magicite, and one of the few challenges I have left is to clear, move my data, and then do as many unlocks as I can. I was looking into doing that, and then I got kind of intimidated, because I was like, if I mess this up, lose all my data, it's going to give me a bit of a headache. So first I want to do, what else I want to do is just redo all the guide videos I made a while ago, Warrior Guide, Archer Guide, Mage Guide, for the various styles of playing Magicite. And those have been outdated for a while, because of new patches and everything. And I also wanted to update the quality, make them shorter, a little bit quicker watches, just get the straight points across and move on. Everyone can move on with their lives. So that's what this video is. So let's go over first things first, character creation. There's a little spot for your name. Nowadays, first, if you name your character Rogue Lands, name of Sean's new project, you can unlock Mr. Lizardman down here. We're going to talk about specific characters, variants, hats, and well, not variants, that's just for show, but specific races, hats, and companions for each of the character types as we move along. As we go through those, but you just click them and select what you need as you go through. Stats wise, we have health, attack, dexterity, and magic. Health is how much damage you can take. Attacks, how much damage you do in melee with objects, and it gets increased by weapons, of course. Dexterity is the amount of damage you do with bows. Magic is the amount of damage you do with weapons, and also the amount of mana you have. That's a 1-to-1 ratio, magic to damage and mana. And you can just hit the stats button to reroll as many times as you want to. Unfortunately, you can't just like choose your stats, but you can click ad infinitum until you get what you need. A few traits to talk about, mostly just affect your stats, and we'll talk about specific ones in specific videos. A couple of special ones. Lockmaster lets you open golden chests. There are two types of treasure chests in the game: regular treasure chests and then golden treasure chests. You can only open the golden treasure chest with this Lockmaster trait. There's also Artisan. It gives you bonus luck when crafting weapons or other items. Luck is a hidden stat. And with Artisan, you have increased chance to produce higher quality weapons and gear, mostly weapons and tools, that can give you some bonus stats on those. Not always super useful, but we're here to talk about the basics. Last couple I want to show you: Gatherer, 50% chance to collect twice as many ingredients when gathering. That one's super good and get extra ingredients. And the Potion Brewer, 50% chance to craft big potions with basic ingredients. The other traits, except for maybe the Miner and the Woodcutter, are all just stat bonuses. And Miner and Woodcutter aren't really that fantastic. Yeah, 50% chance to not lose your pick. I mean, it makes your pick last a little bit longer. 50% chance your axe not lose their ability. So it makes your tools, stretches out your tools a little bit, but you don't really need to do that. Your tools, I mean, you can just make new tools if you need them. Yeah, Big Eater. Okay, that reminds me. Big Eater. I've never used this one. You get double hunger cap. Your hunger still drains just as fast, so you can just eat up to full and then not worry so much about starvation, but don't really need to worry about starvation in the first place. Because boom, in the game, the 8 out of 12 took a Big Eater perk or trait. When this gets down to 0, you do not actually starve to death, you just start taking a little bit of damage. And if you're at 0 when you reach a new town, they fill you back up. You can also kill chickens in towns. You can get food easily. The Big Eater's not really a big deal. And the other traits to give you stat bonuses, and we'll talk about which ones to take and not take depending on what character you're going through as we go through those specific videos. Okay, first things first, most characters start with a wooden axe, and you use axes to chop down trees, so you just smack the trees, you get sticks, and you get wood out of them. The wood recipes you need to know are wood and wood make planks. Planks and stick makes a sword hilt. Planks and planks makes a wooden blade. That's all you know for now for what wood does. Those are the basics. I'm not going to go through all the recipes in the game. If you want to look, you can check out the wiki for all the more specific recipes. Stick and stick makes an axe handle. Stick and axe handle makes a pick handle. Then stick and pick handle makes an unstrung bow. And those are all the stick recipes you really need to know. And then in order to make whatever tool, you just combine the handle with the blade. If you want to make a wooden sword, we'll combine the blade with the sword hilt. And boom, we now have a wooden sword. And then next are pickaxes. Now this is real simple. So you see here's an iron deposit. Combine it with this wooden pickaxe, and we just get stone out. Magicite has a tier. There are tiers of items, of quality of items, similar if you ever played Minecraft or in really any of these crafting type games since Minecraft. You'd be familiar. The hierarchy: you have wood, there's bone and stone, which are equivalent. Above that, iron, gold, and diamond. So in order to mine iron, you need to have stone. In order to mine gold, you have iron. In order to mine diamond, you need to have gold. So here we have a stone pickaxe. Oh, and as an aside, if you don't know the controls, Q and E let you dodge and move. It's a very, very useful thing to learn. If we combine stone with stone, you get refined stone, you get these stone ingots. You combine the ingots to get a blade, similar to how we did with a pick, with the wood blades. You combine the pick handle with the blade, Don't drop it on the ground. And that lets you mine iron. And later, we get more iron to make iron blades. You can then get gold, and then get enough gold to start doing diamond. And one of the most basic things are killing enemies for experience and gold. Look up right here, we have levels, experience, and gold. You kill enemies, they'll drop items. Sometimes drop items, also drop gold and money. Just walk over, pick it all up. They'll level you up, you get bonus stats level ups, you also get special skills at 5, 10, 15, which you use with your Z, X, and C keys. And money used to buy stuff from the shop. And they also drop items which you use for crafting. Which we'll go over the general ones here in the basic guide, and more specific kind of types later. So here's what I meant by the level ups requiring skills. You get these red skills, blue skills, and green skills, and these kind of correlate to the basic class types like warrior, mage, archer. So you take a warrior skill, we get a skill related to melee combat, or being a warrior. So here we got charge, we gain speed, we hit our Z key, and that'll give us activate that ability for us. And there are tufts of grass in the world. See this little tuft of grass, kind of looks like the background, but you can hit it, and you collect ingredients. You can collect mushrooms and herbs. Combine 2 herbs together, you get a health potion. It's very important. You combine 2 health potions together, you get a big health potion which heals you for even more. That's very important. Same thing with the shrooms. You combine mushrooms together and you get a small mana potion. Here you combine 2 small mana potions together, you get a big mana potion. And also there's a recipe important for mages in particular. You combine a web with a web, you get string. You combine string with string, you get a net. Combine a net with a stick, you get a bug net, and you can use this bug net in order to harvest these little bugs you see flying around. Yeah. There are 3 different types of bugs: ice, thunder, and fire. You can combine the bugs with themselves in order to produce gems. And then, if this were a gem, you can combine it with sticks in order to get wands. We'll go more detail into what to do with the bugs in the warrior and mage videos later on. Alright, at the end of the map, you enter a door, brings you to a town. You'll often see an altar right here. So for 500 gold, you can roll on the altar, get bonus stats, or you might get a slight detriment, or you might just get nothing at all. So it's a bit of a way to gamble in this game. Also, these chickens are no longer insignificant. By hitting the chickens, will give you money and give you food. And also, very importantly, the chickens can spawn special bosses at the beginning of the level. So if you're still new to the game, beginning out, maybe avoid killing chickens. You don't run to the boss, or if you want to kill the boss for extra money, experience, and health potions, actually, the boss will drop health potions. Feel free to kill a chicken to try to get a boss spawn. Kill enemies such as the chickens. You can get raw chicken. The chickens specifically drop raw chicken instead of just raw meat. But speaking of hunger, you can eat raw food, get up 1 food at a time. Better yet, you can combine coal, get coal from mining iron and such. And you either combine 2 coals, or you combine a coal and a stone. That'll create a fire starter. Plop the fire starter down on the ground wherever you want. You switch to your food, you get it right up on the fire, and then you right click. That will cook your meat for you. You can also do this with the chickens, that's with the meat. So throw chicken on there, end up with cooked chicken. That way you eat the food. And it restores your hunger, and also can heal you. Won't necessarily heal you. The meat has a 50% chance to actually heal you. The highlights of the town are Hovel the Hoarder up here. You can go to Hovel, and you can sell him whatever excess material you want. You just drag it out of your inventory, put it in this little question mark box, and he'll just buy it from you. No questions asked. He doesn't care where it comes from. Other than that, there were a few characters that act as shopkeepers. Here's some items listed, and you can run down and you just press W, buy whatever you want, whatever cost they're asking. Now, otherwise, most important characters here are the Blacksmith. Oh, one thing, if you want extra money, you can murder people, take their money. Kinda weird, but you can do that. Blacksmith, you can give him an ore, put ore up in this forge area. 1 ore plus 1 ore of the same type equals a ingot of the same type. And then if you get 3 ingots of a type, you can put them in these armor slots to end up with armor, so you can get helmet, armor, and shields. Or you can also, of course, similar to the way we did with the refined stone, take 2 of the ingots, put them together for a blade, and use that to upgrade your tools and your weaponry. Other than that, there is Mr. Leatherworker here. You combine your hides into leather, throw them to that fin. You can combine it with ingots to get various quality of leather, which you will then put into these slots to get leather armor. And, well, leather armor, which is mostly for archers, give you increased dexterity. Regular armor gives you increased attack. And Flora the Tailor gives you increased magic. Fortunately, I don't have anything on here to demonstrate this one right now. Requires cloth, which you get from pelts. So you combine pelts similar way you combine hides to make this leather. Combine the pelts in the cloth. And you put the cloth up there with another ingot. You'll get some cloth out, and then put it in the 3 slots for magic armor and increase your magic. And for crafting a bow and shooting arrows, you need to combine your sticks into an unstrung bow. Bind your webs into a string. Bind the string with the bow, and that gives you a strung bow. You can equip the bow as a weapon. And now you can't shoot it without arrows. You need to use your equipment slots if you didn't figure this out. Helmet, chest piece, shield, and then quiver and space for 2 rings, which you can only find rings in chests. You can't craft rings. In order to make arrows of any sort, you need to make ingots out of whatever quality. So we have this stone ingot. You combine ingot, stone, iron, gold, whatever, with a stick, and that'll give you a stack of arrows. Put the arrows up, and now you shoot your bow. You simply shoot with the right click. Similar applies with magic. If you have a magic wand, right click activates the spell and drains your mana. Here's one of the treasure chests I was talking about earlier. This would be a golden treasure chest. This character does not have Lockmaster, so she cannot open it. But for a regular chest, you just smack it and it'll pop up and its goodies. Alright, and that should cover the basics of the games, especially with how where crafting is concerned. You talked about how to craft armor and weapons. In order to equip the armor, you simply just drag and drop it on. Same with the weapons, you drag them up to your toolbar, equip them that way. That's not hard to figure out. Now, but one before we go, one very important basic recipe I want to show is that you gather these monster bones. In order to make monster bone, just like stone or anything else, you combine the basics. So monster bone gives you a refined bone. And then, just like anything else, refined bone, get the ingot plus the ingot makes a blade. But this is specific for bone. You combine bone blade with bone, you'll make a bone axe. So if you don't have an axe to get wood, this is a way for you to get an axe to get wood, then make axe handles and such. Is that you can use bone in order to get axe, because not all the characters start with a axe, or sometimes your axe breaks and you sold all your wood or something silly like that. So that's a way to get wood if you don't have an axe. Before we go, there's actually one more recipe I wanted to talk about. That is, you can take, with the exception of bone and wood, so stone, iron, gold, and diamond, and create your ingots, combine your ingots to make blades, and then you can actually combine blades to make a great blade. And what you can do with this great blade, combine it with an axe handle. I have lost all my sticks. You can combine the great blade with an axe handle, and that will give you a great axe, which is a slower weapon, but typically does more damage than smaller weapons of the same tier. So this iron axe is slower, but does more damage than the iron sword. You know, for example. So that's just the basics of Magicite. So that way, when I go through because I started the guide videos, and I didn't like it because I found myself going over the basics over and over. I decided to do a video just on the basics. So when I do the guide videos, I can focus more on specifics. So look forward to those coming out soon. They will be should end up linked below, hopefully in the description of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, follow my Twitch, Twitter, everything, all that. You guys know the deal. I'll see you next time.